Good morning, friends. I got so much back pain. Uh, just trying to get my studio set up here. We're nearly there. Oh, this back. It's not even. It's not only just back pain. It's like I'm paralyzed. Hold on. Oh, 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 oh my gosh, this is bad. I got some pain medication called meloxicam. Meloxicam. We'll see if it's going to help. Okay, well, the short answer, the title, 4chan, I'll open my own. I'm not going to do the cartoon crap. If you're offended, if you're one of these people who jerks off to cartoons and you're offended, good. You deserve to be offended. Jerking off to cartoons is weird. It makes no sense to me. Yeah, if I'm going to, I really hope I don't have to open a 4chan. I don't want to run a rambunctious site like that. Too many bad actors. Too much drama. Getting subpoenas from police departments for people's bad behavior. Just literally, that would just chew up all kinds of time. I was talking to Jessica this morning, who's my campaign manager. If you don't know, I ran for president. And Jessica was somebody who knew me from 4chan. And she reached out to me she'd been following me for like 7 years on 4chan. And she reached out to me 3 years ago on Twitter. We've been friends ever since. She really enjoyed 4chan. It was her place to go when she got home and just kind of read the news. And she really likes people shit posting, and it was her Disneyland. It really brought her joy, and I think it brought a lot of joy to other people. The banter was pretty good. Some of the banter isn't the banter I would have, but it was a free speech zone, and I think most people really like that. This morning I went over to Kiwi Farms, which is a place I really hardly ever visit. The only time I've been there in the last few years is because of the guy who swatted me, Alan Fallion. There's a big discussion there about him being in jail, and he got a 4-year sentence, which really isn't enough. He needed 40 years, but I won't be migrating to Kiwi Farms for conversations. These aren't these N-word, F-word for, homosexuals, R-word for mentally unfit. These are not like legitimate conversations. These are the ramblings of children. You're not changing the world with a racial epithet tirade. No. It's really the childishness of 4chan is not going to be missed by me. No. The downside is I haven't found a replacement for intellectual discussions about politics. It's not necessarily happening on X, not that I have found. Oh, my. I don't know why my back is hurting. I didn't lift anything. Let me go to Slashdot. God, will my channel just turn into me reading Slashdot for news? That would be kind of funny. Slashdot is like technology news. Hey, iJam. Ooh, where did my Slashdot go? Huh. Oh, hold on. Did it go down here? Waking up to back pain is the worst. It did go down here. Oh, no, something else. I've got a laptop that I usually shut, and I just use this monitor. But sometimes browsers will sneak into the laptop so that it's a second screen. I think I need one of those gravity things where you put your legs and you go up and then your spine stretches. Well, since 4chan's been down for this is the third day, I don't know what Trump's up to. Like, literally, I have no idea. I'm unwilling to consume the normal mainstream garbage. Ooh, how a secretive gambler called the Joker took down the Texas lottery. A global gambling syndicate led by secret Tasmanian gambler Ziljeko Ronogeki, a London bookmaker, Bernie Maratelli, successfully executed an unprecedented operation to claim $57 billion from the Texas lottery jackpot in 2023. The group operated through a limited partnership called Rook Texas, purchased 93% of all possible number combinations, printing over 25 million tickets across 4 makeshift workshops in Texas, using dozens of official lottery terminals and working nearly around the clock for 3 days. The team systematically printed hundreds of tickets per second. Yeah, that's totally possible. That's not illegal. That's brute force lotto winning. Texas officials have since launched an investigation, with Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick calling it the biggest theft from the people of Texas. It's not theft. They paid for those tickets. That's bullshit to call it theft. The legal representation the syndicate maintains, they followed all applicable laws, rules, and regulations through the process. Yeah, they sure did. You know, I don't know if you know this, but when it comes to the lottery, if there's 6 possible answers and a bonus answer, which is 7, like there's only 56 million combinations, and that's what they set out to do, was buy every combination. So if it's $1 billion payout and you buy 56 million worth of tickets, you're going to win. And the only risk you take is that another person wins and you've got to split the proceeds with the other person. India's IT services giant hit with steepest growth slowdown in years. Well, it would behoove India to sabotage the growth of AI. China bans smart and autonomous driving terms from vehicle ads. China is banning automakers from using the term smart driving and autonomous driving when they advertise driving assistant features, and it will tighten security of such technology upgrades. The place that needs automatic driving the most, Chinese driver. Just kidding. How Nintendo's legal team destroyed Atari games through courtroom strategy. I don't give a shit about this at all. LG TV's integrated ads get more personal with tech that analyzes viewers' emotions. Wow. It says astronomers detect a possible signature of life on a distant planet. Yeah, there was with the Hubble Webb telescope, allegedly they took pictures of another planet with lights, like night lights, like when you fly over when when it's nighttime, our city lights illuminate the surface. And they had taken pictures of on the dark side of a planet, city lights. Hey, I just want to go back to the 4chan discussion. What is the probability of me doing this? The probability is extremely high because I have been using the 4chan software in an older version for many years. And I've set up about 6 or 7 different sites. I'm actually using it right now on my website, howtogetrich.com. If you go to howtogetrich.com, you'll see me using the 4chan software. It's not entirely easy to set up, but it's also not entirely hard. It takes me a few days to get it tuned into the way I tuned up the way I want it. The downside is updates. They're working. There's a GitHub, and people are always fine tuning it, but rolling out updates is kind of difficult. I'm gonna go to X and see if there's any news I can read here. Oh, King Charles Easter message. Nobody cares. Majority of Americans support deportation of all undocumented immigrants. Another fork, yeah. Well, I don't know if we have to fork any. I don't know if the current. It's called VinChan, VinChan, VinChan. I don't think there's any reason for a fork. It works pretty well. What I modified were the headers and the footers. Yeah, why did I do that? I think to like if you have 10 categories, like politically incorrect, X, biz, do it yourself, it wasn't writing them in the footers. I think that's why I built that. I don't know. I also got the modification for dark mode, like tomorrow is that's the name of the style sheet called tomorrow, which is dark mode. Russia lifts ban on Taliban operations. What does that even mean? California challenges Trump tariffs in court. Well, if you don't know this, I'm running for governor of California, but I haven't filed my paperwork. But that's really just a technicality. I did. Oh, oh my God, my back hurts so much. Oh, really. I want California to secede from the United States, and I'm not the only politician who's ever talked about this. They've been trying to bring it to the ballot a few times. And so maybe just me running for governor saying I'm going, that my number one goal is to secede from the United States. Maybe Gavin Newsom will do this. Yeah. We need to secede from the United States, and we can do our own tariffs. No more big orange Cheeto telling us what to do. I really don't feel, when I call Donald Trump Cheeto, I'm joking, because I think it's ludicrous that the Democrats have to call him Cheeto. It is funny he has orange skin, but just to call a man Cheeto, it's absolutely comical. I laugh. But when you get adults trying to talk about politics and you have to use heavy ridicule against your opponent, it makes you look childish. And the Democratic Party is childish, for sure. I would be pleased if California seceded from the United States. What if you had to give up your U.S. citizenship to stay in California? I would do it. I would. The rest of America seems to hate us. They hate us for our sunshine. Why are you California people so happy? You ever been here? It's gorgeous. It is. It's nice. We got the beach. We got the mountains. The mountains are gorgeous. They're just, the deserts are gorgeous. Surprisingly, I used to think the desert was just a wasteland, and now that I live in the desert, there's so much nature and beauty here, so much life. Isn't that right, guys? I got chipmunks out my door right here. Like, Wayne, throw me some food. I noticed rattlesnake tracks the other day on the driveway. Haven't seen a rattlesnake track in 7 or 8 months. One person in February 25th says he said, with U.S. aid money disappearing from Doge, how long will 4chan be in existence? And I had that thought when it went down. I was like, is this related to U.S. aid? Was U.S. aid somehow funding 4chan indirectly? It probably was. Like, I might be able to open a 4chan. Can I afford to keep it going? Will my hosting provider say, listen, Wayne, we don't allow you, what you're doing here is breaking so many of our rules, you're out. We're not going to host your websites anymore. They could easily do that. Matter of fact, I probably should set up hosting at a place different from where my traditional hosting is. Do it on some German servers or something. I'm addicted to the news. I mean, that's the first thing I need to admit to myself is I'm addicted to news. And Ajam says the entire hack is comical. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what's comical about it. The fact that they allegedly used some code from 2012 to parse a PDF file. I mean, if code works, it works. It doesn't matter how old it is. But apparently, it had known vulnerabilities. But who knows what kind of team is working on the code base? You only know what you know. Trump should have the power to fire the Fed chair. Well, he has the power to abolish the Federal Reserve. Maybe they're going to abolish the Federal Reserve. They never updated FreeBSD. Hmm. FreeBSD, isn't that a Linux program? This is one reason I don't mind being out of the technology space. I ran my websites. I wasn't a great programmer. I ran my stuff on Microsoft. I made it work with Microsoft SQL Server 2005. It was always difficult. Everything was difficult, and Microsoft had so many flaws. How am I supposed to know where all these flaws are? I was just constantly suffering the consequences of Microsoft's software that was programmed like Swiss cheese. Ooh, Saudi Arabia Defense Minister Khalid bin Salam Al Saud arrives in Tehran on official visit. Oh, good. I'll tell you a neat story about my Windows server. One time, I don't know why, I had to break into my own server. I don't know what happened. I really don't know. But I actually just don't have the answer. I just don't know why. But somehow I didn't have my administration password. And so somebody gave me a CD-ROM that was written in Linux, and I had to boot my server to this disk, and then it rewrote my administration password in the encryption method. It went to the hard drive and found where the password was, and it rewrote it. And then I could reboot the server and put in the default password, and then I got back into my server, and everything else was fine. I was like, wow, this is some pretty awesome technology, James Bond stuff. Oh, the Russian orcs are afraid of the German tourist missile. The use of the tourist missile to attack Russia's critical infrastructure can be considered Germany's direct participation in the war on the side of Ukraine. Let's see what the German tourist missile looks like. Oh, it's a cruise missile with wings that pop out. Oh, it's a German Swedish air launched cruise missile. Hmm. Designed in 95. It's got a turbofan. 1,500 pounds of thrust. 16 foot long. Oh, Oh, I just don't know what I'm going to do with his back. Oh, yesterday when I went for a walk in my driveway, my back was hurting so bad. I took 2 aspirin. I took this other pain medication. Probably in an hour, I'll feel like a human being. I'm getting old. I hope I don't end up being a cripple. But I could be. Oh, Rashid. Oh, James Wood brings up a good point here. Let me show you. Rashid Ilab, or whatever her name is, she has no American flag. Obviously, it's a political statement. You should not be allowed to fly any other flag at your office in Washington, D.C. No, that doesn't. Prime Minister of Italy is to meet with Trump today. She's the blonde woman with tattoos. Oh. 74 people? That's very impressive. But you people, more comments. Please, more comments. Oh. Serbia president who, as I received last night, has been giving away passports to Russia involved in the war. Serbia is supporting Russia. Oh no. Here's breaking. SpaceX is leading contender to help to build Trump's Golden Dome missile defense system, a large satellite network to detect threats. SpaceX is expected to team up with Palantir and Anduril on the project. Oh no. Okay, so they want to put satellites to monitor America. They're going to turn America into nothing more than a prison with video cameras in space watching everybody's behavior. That's what they're going to do. If there's a bank robbery, they'll just say, oh, the bank robbers drove away in a yellow truck. We'll see where the yellow truck started. So like the bank robberies here, the yellow truck drove from home, bank robbery, then and drove to home. So we already have that system. It's called Argus. They've got a drone with a basketball size lens with like 200 video cameras from cell phones on it. And they fly it over a region and they have a 30-mile range of video information. Yeah, Trump is building Minority Report, artificial intelligence against the citizens. Hey, Drift Speed. Yeah, it's so fucked up. Exactly. They're turning America into a prison. We're Gaza 2.0. That's what they're doing. Of course, they won't be catching the white collar criminals, the political criminals. Senator Lisa Murkowski. We're all afraid. I'm often very anxious myself about using my voice because retaliation is real. Well, Murkowski, whatever state you're from, You need to secede from the United States to get away from the orange Cheeto, the orange tiger. Let me see what state she's senator of. I'm going to get Michigan, maybe. Alaska. She's kind of attractive. 65 years ago, CIA story. 65 years ago today, CIA-trained group of around 1,500 Cuban exiles invaded Cuba at the Bay of Pigs in an attempt to overthrow Fidel Castro. Well, you win some, you lose some. Oh, let's go back to Slashdot. I can't get... Getting news out of X is like getting lemonade out of lemons that have already been used. You can squeeze them all you want. There's no more lemon juice. Slashdot is delivering things for me right now. This is good. Oh, I can go to TechCrunch. Oh. Latest viral chat GPT trend is doing reverse location search from photos. Well, they're really begging people to use chat GPT. Fuck OpenAI. Fuck Sam Altman. I don't like that guy at all. Like, it was supposed to be open. And that was the original deal with Elon Musk. And then he makes it private because they want to do nefarious things. I mean, they're just in it for the money. Why is everybody, not everybody, a lot of people are just doing things for the money. Do you realize you're selling your soul to the devil when you just do things for the money? You've given up the whole concept of making the world a better place, losers. $8chan. All right, let me go to $8chan right now. .com. I haven't been to 8chan. There was an 8chan. Not opening. Let me Google it. Oh, .moe. Okay. Yeah. Huh. Oh, yeah, this looks very robust. Where's politically incorrect? There's a section called My Little Pony. What losers? Oh, there's Pole. All right, this looks good enough. All right, this is good enough. We got a catalog. Thank you, All Jum. There we go. Let's see here. We don't have like a sort by thread, but we got a lot of this. This will get me by. Jessica's going to be happy about that. You know, since this exists, there's no reason for me to start a 4chan. Oh, switching topics. I found a great deal on a Mercedes-Benz diesel, and I sent it over to Charles, but he wasn't interested. It's in Eugene, Oregon. It's a 91 S350. So it's an S class for $2,600 with only 150,000 miles, black on black. It's in really good shape. You know how when teenagers get a car, they want to paint the rims black because they're cool? And he did that, and he straight piped it, so it's a little bit loud. Well, you can undo the straight piping, and you can undo the rims. That car is worth like $15,000 on Bring a Trailer. It's just a good car to own, and you'll get like 25 miles to the gallon out of it. Whew. Following layoff, automatic employees discovered leak catching watermarks. Automatica was the WordPress company. They've turned out to be pretty big. WordPress is used by who knows, like, it's great. I like WordPress. It's not the easiest to use. There's a small learning curve, but it does work, and it's very extensible. The last Radio Shack in Maryland is closing its doors. Cindy Henning, who worked there for 3 decades. Wow. Oh. OpenAI in talks to buy Windsurf for about $3 billion. What is Windsurf? By AI-assisted coding tool Windsurf for $3 billion. Whoa. Ooh. Windsurf was in talks with investors like Kleiner Perkins, which are huge venture capital. Boy, I haven't heard Kleiner Perkins for years. Why did I forget about them? There's like Sequoia and Kleiner Perkins, yeah. Oh, my back is feeling a little bit better. Anyways, I'll play with Kleiner Perkins later. Google used AI to suspend over 39 million ad accounts suspected of fraud. Good. Good job, Google. This makes no sense to me, but I'll read it. OpenAI unveils 03 and 04 mini models. Trump administration plans to end IRS direct file program. Wow, I can't, shutting down 4chan. I don't believe that a hack brought it down. I think that's a cover story for something else. I don't know why they would give up such a great containment zone. Secure single board computers. An advertisement. Let me show you. It slipped my mind that Shardy had a poll. Every scattered had a poll as well. Everyone scattered to the wind. No, I'm nobody. I'm not going to Zoe Jack. I did download a copy of 4chan software that got leaked. Who knows if I'll use it? I mean, it's got that fatal flaw of the so I'm just not interested in running a 4chan. There's too many bad actors that would make my life miserable. The mods were off the rails. The leaks are actually a good thing, but if they fix it back to how it was, then it's not going to be fixed at all. Yeah. Yeah, the moderators were most likely Israelis. Like, I'm permanently banned. For what reason? Doesn't make sense. I'm looking at this board here. Intel Xenon D2700 processor, 64 gig of DDR4, 100 gigabyte Ethernet. Making it an optimal choice for computational heavy applications requiring maximum data and information protection. At request a quote, if they ask you, if you're like, well, I'd like a price on this, the price is going to be high. 86 people are here. I'm just going to hang on. We got 14 more people to hit 100. I have never had 100 people on a stream that I'm aware of at once. I mean, when the stream's over, there might have been 500 people, but they bounced in for a minute, then left, kind of thing. Oh. I'm at X again. King Charles Easter, Russia warns over Taurus missile, Maloney meets Trump, Trump calls for Powell's termination. Trump, don't you know how things work? You need to abolish the Federal Reserve. You can't audit the Federal Reserve. I'm sure his attorneys have told him. He's torturing us. He's torturing me. Oh, there is something fun we can do. We haven't done this in ages. We can look at used cars on. Yeah, let me just bookmark this here. Yeah. Okay, we're going to look at used Mercedes. I'm going to show you this car. I'm going to show you this Mercedes from Eugene, Oregon. Like yesterday, I was like, maybe I should fly. I should fly there and drive it home. I was thinking about parking my car at the airport. I'm like, how do I get my car home? I'm like, you got a truck, Wayne? Like, leave the car at the airport, then drive home in the Mercedes, then get the truck and the trailer and go to the airport and put my car on the truck and trailer and bring it home. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm waiting for it to load. All right, here's the car. There she is. 350 SD, 2600, 150,000 miles. We got 90 viewers, 10 more viewers. We're already making history right now. Anytime you see the wheels being painted black, that's by some white kid. Look at that nice interior. That is a total deal. Like, part of me wants to go get it because I could clean it up and sell it for probably $15,000. That is the last year they ever made that car. And they only put that motor in the car for 2 years. It's a 3.5 liter, not a 3 liter. It's the OM603 motor. Oh, it's got 143 horsepower, something like that, 140 something. It breaks my heart to see this car for sale, just sitting there for 30 days. Nobody's bought it. And the reason is he straight piped it. He got rid of the original exhaust, which was perfect, and put that on there because he's a kid. Oh, that's what kids do. The other car I want to show you is an S55. I bought this car, but I said no. There she is, $4,700. He dropped it $100. 170,000 miles. It's in El Cajon, San Diego. Like, that's a 500 horsepower supercharged V8, 500 horsepower. Great car. Great car. Mm. Mm. You want to buy the last year a car was made, because that has the most of the problems that were ever existing in that car got fixed after 7 years or 8 years of production. So the 1999 S-Class Mercedes are great cars to own. I don't own one. Mine's a 92. Mine's the first year, the year with the most problems. Hey, Drift Speed, I've been working on my solar engineering, and I've been thinking about buying another inverter. But the new ones don't operate past 105 degrees. Yeah. I'm just going to use yours for as long as I can. I might just go to a normal MPPT charge controller and then just getting an inverter to run off the batteries. Yours hasn't broken, but I've got to have a backup. That's where my brain is going right now. But well, friends, I really feel like we got 91 viewers. Well, welcome 91 people. I was going to hang out till 100 people, but I just don't have anything to say. Oh, my back is... No, I'm not buying a new place right now. I mean, I found a home yesterday for a very affordable amount. I have the money to buy it. But I think I'm going to gamble. I'm going to do a gamble. Maybe I should move to your place. So here's the gamble. And this is really hard for me. I'm speaking from just pure... What message do I want to convey here? Raw grit determination. I really want to get my anti-gravity working more than having a fancy car and more than having a home and more than having, security. I want my anti-gravity working. And if I move or buy another car, that's not going to get anti-gravity working. So I need to hunker down and work hard and get this working. So, 4chan going offline, that's a blessing. 8chan.mod. Okay, so that's good enough. I don't need to build something. So I need to free up my time and start working with my oscilloscope. I think I can get it working in a few weeks. So that's what I need to do. Summer's going to be here in 3 weeks. Summer temperatures, 100 every day, which means no more outside work. So I got to, whatever I need to do outside, I need to get done right now. And with my back being wrecked, I'm probably no more construction outside on my property. I couldn't be taking off pieces of plywood today with my back being hurt. Oh. Anyways, I'm gonna try my very best to get anti-gravity working. I realize the government might not let me bring it to life. I realize I might not make any money from it, but I still believe that I can do it. And, in life, you got to do things that you're passionate about. I'll tell you, I'm also passionate about music. I love music. I love singing. I love writing lyrics. I love containing political messages in songs. To me, that's really fun. I do things for the laugh. I love a good laugh. I guess I'm a bit of a comedian because I like a good laugh. I make Jessica laugh. I make a lot of people laugh. So maybe just doing it for the laughs. Maybe that's all we need in life. Just he did it for the laughs. Like why does he do this? Well, he did it for the laughs. Like, what more do you need to know? Some people do it for the money and they have no laughs. They bust their ass. They work hard. Don't have comfort, don't have friends because they're working so hard at being a moneymaker, and then they die. And their whole life was nothing. They had no laughs. They created nothing. Hell yeah. I want you to cool off. You could definitely go to West Virginia and stay on my land here. You could set up a cabin with power on the grid, and there's a well spring. There I'd get someone to tap. Yeah. Well, I'll consider it as a backup. Let me I'm not ready for it yet. But maybe next fall. Like, so I'm going to have, I got 5 batteries now, and each battery's worth 2 hours of air conditioning if those batteries are charged. So I'm just going to clean up. Like, my place is a pigsty in here. It's like, it's just a mess. I'll show you. It's just, it's not organized. But if I move to West Virginia, I'll bring my mess there. So I need to get organized here. I just feel in my heart, get anti-gravity working. That'll change your life. Investors will pop up out of nowhere, most likely. I'll raise some venture money. And with that money, I can build a bigger version of anti-gravity. Maybe I can start making some anti-gravity cars. Yeah. Other than anti-gravity, the other cool thing is I really do believe I figured out a way to make unlimited electricity from a small thing. And I didn't invent this. These are other people's inventions, but they're not existing for some reason. So I'm going to try to bring their ideas to life. One of them is the 2 donuts with the tennis ball in the middle analogy. The 2 donuts are coils with magnetic fields suspending an iron ball that spins because of their magnetic field. And because of that spinning, it makes its own electricity. Super easy things to make. If I could just do something, if I could just I need to get my own ass out of my own way. Anyways. What am I missing? It's that thing when you work out, like lift weights, and you do it every day. It's determination. No. It's self-discipline. Yeah, I'm missing self-discipline. I can't believe it took me a long time to even. That's hilarious. It took me a while to even think about, because I don't have a lot of self-discipline. I don't know why that is. I used to have a lot of self-discipline. I think it's because I'm just in survival mode living here in the desert. I'll tell you, there's one thing I have an infinite supply of: excuses. Oh my God. I am a reservoir, an endless well of excuses. Well, at least we determined today that self-discipline, I'm going to write this down. Oh, by the way, this is a picture of what I want to build for my shed. The bottom is the existing shed, and then I want to put a 4-foot wall on the top and put my bed up here, and then the roof opens. All right. All right, I got that written down. Drift Speed, you're always a joy to chat with. All Jam, thanks for being here. Oh, we got 59 minutes. We got to hang out for 30 seconds more just to make it a full hour. Oh, my lower back is just, oh, it hurts. It's such whole lower back. Jessica told me to lay on the floor and put my feet up. It would help or something. I'm not sure if that's true, but I'll give it a try. That's the hour. We made it. Have a great day, everybody. I'm hanging up. Bye-bye. Thanks for all your suggestions.